The Adventures of Bentley Hippo. Inspiring children to be kind. One cool, crisp morning, bright leaves covered the roads. It was fall, and lots of children were in school learning their ABCs. But not Bentley the Hippo's class. Buses filled the parking lot. It was a special day. Bentley's class were going on a trip to the fair. Bentley, his friend Jackson the monkey, and all the other children in their class waited excitedly to board the bus. The children cheered with excitement as the buses opened their doors. "Careful and watch your step," the bus driver warned. Bentley stumbled, then jumped on. With everyone on board, a signal from the teacher, and their seatbelts fastened, it was time to go. The driver started to sing, "Jiggle while you wiggle, but don't forget to giggle. Look up, look down, look all around. Find someone you can tickle." The children hummed, clapped, and stomped their feet. They were having so much fun, all except for one, Toby the elephant, who was sitting at the back of the bus. Bentley noticed some children were being mean to him. They were laughing because Toby was taking up 2 seats. Even though he was a young elephant, he was so big. Bentley looked at Jackson as they heard children calling out names like Chunky and Tubby. "This is bullying," he explained to Jackson, feeling very unhappy. "It isn't fair or kind. We must tell the teacher." "Is that Marty the lion?" It was. Bentley couldn't believe that Marty was making fun of Toby. Marty was usually so quiet and kind. Bentley heard, "Do it. Come on, say it. Call him Tubby. Are you chicken?" The other children were nudging Marty, pushing him to do something he didn't want to do. They arrived at the fair. As the bus stopped, one of the children grabbed Toby's glasses. When the doors opened, they all jumped off. "Children, gather around," the teacher said. "Stay together." Bentley noticed that Jackson had wandered off and was standing near the giant Ferris wheel. Bentley waved and Jackson returned to the group, just in time to hear the last instructions. The teacher emphasized the importance of sticking together and not wandering off alone. "What's wrong?" Bentley asked Toby, noticing he still looked sad. "I might get into trouble if I go home without my glasses," Toby explained. Before they went to enjoy the fair, the children told their teacher about what had happened. She reassured them she would speak to the children and their parents at the end of the day. Toby smiled, but he was still worried. Bentley decided to cheer up Toby, so they went on several rides and had lots of fun. Next was the Ferris wheel, but Toby was scared of heights, so he sat close by and watched instead. "Toby!" his friends called out from high above the ground. The ride finished, but Toby wasn't waiting for them. "Toby?" Bentley called out. "Where are you?" The friends walked towards a large field. They heard giggles. Jackson grinned as he spotted Toby. He was peeking behind a tree. "Scared you," Toby laughed. They were so glad to see Toby smiling and having fun. "What will happen now that the teacher knows about who is bullying me? What will she say? And what about my glasses?" Toby asked. "I can't go home without them." "Don't worry. We will explain to your mom what happened." Jackson hugged Toby. "Everything will be okay." "Those kids bullied you," Bentley said. "Nobody should be picked on, poked, pushed, or made fun of. And it wasn't nice to take your glasses." Hearing Bentley speak about bullying made Jackson upset. Walking across the field, the friends came across other children and animals. Some were big and some were small. A voice called out in the distance, "Help!" Bentley spotted Marty behind a bush. Other animals had trapped him and wouldn't let him go. "Leave him," Jackson said, still upset. "He needs help," Bentley said gently. "We have to show kindness and offer our help." Toby upset himself, thought for a moment. "It's not nice to feel afraid," he said bravely. "I think you're right, Bentley. We should help." Toby felt proud. He was big. Standing tall, side by side, they walked towards Marty. The animals backed off, afraid of how big Toby was. "Thank you for helping me." Marty was relieved, then said quietly, "Toby, I'm sorry I made fun of you. I didn't want to, but I was scared the others would hurt me." "Why were you hiding?" asked Bentley, wondering why the other animals had trapped him, even after he had done what they pushed him to do. "When the others weren't looking, I grabbed your glasses from them and I ran so they wouldn't see," Marty explained and handed the glasses to Toby. "I promise I will never call you names again." They all smiled and headed back to the bus. Bentley entertained everyone with his plans of going to the moon. They reached the bus and climbed on. Toby, Daisy, Jackson, and Bentley grabbed window seats. Marty looked for an empty seat. "Sit with me," Toby called. Marty smiled and sat next to his friend. The bus left the fair. They were all happy. The teacher smiled, glad to see Toby and Marty were now friends, and had his glasses back. The trip to the fair had been a success after all, but oh no, the driver took a wrong turn. What will happen next? The end.